funny is that we've allowed these bozos to take over. And I know who they are. I know in school. I was thinking about...
Take over, wait a minute. That's...
Take over, take over. You know, the nerds and the geeks, okay? Because the truth of the matter is there's two kinds of individuals that want power, okay? And I was thinking about that. Usually the guys in the background that don't want the power, these are the guys that are handling, they're the pawn movers. And I think we know who they are. But when it comes to what I remember growing up in school, so the geeks are the ones that everybody would feel they were not capable of either getting the girl.
Being popular.
Yes, they were not popular. They were introverts. And they grew up, and most of these geeks afterwards, I found they went into either law enforcement or politicians, definitely politicians. And there was one more. Actually, they were like heads of corporations, head of corporations. Yeah. Okay, that's geeks. And the funny thing is, geeks they find each other. Now the nerds are introvert, but they are creative. I find the nerds were people that, oh, they like to smoke pot. They like to get into creating things, whether it's the web. Yeah, they didn't get all the girls, but they were nerdy girls that
they'll get them later.
They'll get them later, yeah. And they didn't have the anger that the geeks had, because the geeks would get together and they're going to say, okay, we're going to do this, and you could see them, you know, you could see them over there, and they didn't want no one else in their geeky world. And I'm talking about right now. That's what we have going on here. We have some angry geeks telling us that we have to do this and we have to do that, whether we like it or not. Now, if your life is fine, okay, but I don't think...
Why do you have to believe them, though?
Because they're in power.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe
they're
they're in power, but I
power.
don't think that just because they're in power, you have to believe. I've always been that way.
But nobody has really made a big stink about how come we have, you know, food that we can't buy because it's like $5 for an apple. What is that? I mean, I'm exaggerating here, but soon it's going to get to that point. $3 a gallon for gas, and people are still okay.
Well, that's the oil, and that's the power, and
but again, we're talking about these geeks that have taken over, and they find other geeks, and they're, believe it or not, that's what's going on.
In any business, any industry, it's the same thing, because let's face it, they're good people, they're bad people. In anything.
Well, when you have that kind of money running around, the power does get to most people's head. They're just not trained to know how to share or distribute it properly. So it's all about how do I take more advantage. Seriously.
It's sad. You know.
But it's true. Yeah, it is. It's very sad. It's very sad. But overall, I'm sorry about the writers. There's a strike now with the writers. And I like writers. I think writers are well, they're the original nerds. Yeah, nerds is the other word.
I've never heard anybody break down nerds and geeks before.
Yeah, no, it's true. Nerds, I like nerds. Nerds, I have a new respect for nerds. They're cool.